Good morning, everyone. All right. 357 District Court will call court into session for today's docket, Tuesday, March 22nd, 2022 at 8 o'clock in the morning. Starting with civil hearing, 2021 DCL 4997, Juan Antonio Gonzalez, Nella J. Gonzalez, and Montanaro, and Mr. Gonzalez.
Good morning, Judge Aida Montanaro, present here for Ms. Nelda Gonzalez. Mr. Esteban Gonzalez, opposing counsel, reached out to me last night and this morning. I've served him with discovery and he still needs some time to complete it and answer it.
Okay.
So he's asking for 30 days.
Ms. Salas? 30 days. April 22nd, Ms. Montanaro.
Okay, Judge, I'll let him know and I'll submit an order resetting the final hearing.
Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day.
Judge. May I be excused?
Yes, ma'am. Have a good day.
Thank you.
All right. Aside from the ones in live, we're doing the other ones by Zoom. At 9 o'clock. All right. Well,
Out there, we have on Stapleton, Mr. Stapleton.
Cindy. Oh, Cindy.
Yes,
Wait, can you mute me?
I already did. You were already muted.
Can I get off the screen?
I can stop your video and mute you.
I know, but is there any way I can get off the screen?
Yes, I will stop your video and mute you.
Okay, thank you. Bring them in. And you come in, bring, so that we don't know what's going on.
Estos me lo mandaron.
County Jail, do you have Luis Gonzalez?
Carizales, who do you have standing there? Or sitting there, I'm sorry. Good morning.
Good morning. This is going to be Soto Martinez Jose, number 2 on the docket.
Okay, thank you. DC1, good morning. Who do you have there?
I have Gonzalo Luis on camera.
Luis Gonzalez? Do you have anybody else there?
Yes.
Jose Roberto Abrego.
Jose Abrego,
Okay,
and that is all.
okay. Carizales, do you all have Jorge Treviño available?
Yes.
Can we have him on the screen, please? There you go, Brenda.
Okay. Luis Gonzalez?
Sit down or?
Oh, no. Who are you doing first? I'm sorry.
Luis Gonzalez.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Did your attorney explain this paperwork to you?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have any questions for your attorney?
No, ma'am.
And is this your signature?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. Okay, Carizales, can we have Jorge Treviño?
I'm here. Well,
Did your attorney explain this paperwork to you?
yes, ma'am.
For 3 cases, 2021 DCR 1047, 2021 DCR 1351, and 21 DCR 1352?
Yes, ma'am.
You have any questions for your attorney?
No, I'm good.
Is this your signature for case number 2021 DCR 1352?
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
Is this your signature for case number 2021 DCR 1351?
Yes, ma'am.
And is this your signature for case number 2021 DCR 1047?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Hello, Cindy.
Yes? Yes?
Oh, there you are. Because I can't see you on my phone.
What you need?
How
Yeah.
many are we gonna have?
We have 4 people on the dock, I think. We have 4 people on the docket.
Okay, these 2 don't need an interpreter. The other 2 we don't know, right?
Are you in trial?
Not trial, but I've got other courts, but that's fine. I'll just manage.
Okay,
Okay, thank you.
you're welcome.
All right, good morning, everyone. Three 57, we have court, it's criminal court announcements this morning for Tuesday, March 22nd, 2022, starting with 2017 DCR 1301, State of Texas versus Jesse Abraham Ponce. Mr. Salazar,
Morning, Judge. Miguel Salazar here for Mr. Ponce.
okay, what are we doing with that one?
It's an MTA, Judge, contested. I don't see Mr. Ponce on the screen.
Well, let's let him give him time to come in. Let me recall that in a second. Let me call the rest of it, okay?
Understood, Judge.
All right. 2019 DCR 1718, State of Texas Luis Gonzalez.
Yes, sir.
Mr. La Garza. (2019) DCR 93, Jose Roberto Abrego. Mr. Reina.
Mr. Lena is doing registrations. As soon as he's over, then he's gonna log on. Mr. Lagasa logged on right now.
All right. Mr. La Garza,
Yes, Judge.
I called 2019 DCR 1718 Luis Gonzalez.
Yes, Judge.
Is that gonna be?
We're ready to go on it, Judge. The only thing is as the court began the docket, I was also being paged into the 404th, which is in person. So it's almost like the timing was just drastic for me at the time that it all happened. So I'm still I don't know if the court can recall it just to give me an opportunity to. It's going to be a KPS call on this other client that I have in the 404th. It shouldn't take very long.
All right, I'll recall it. Come back
Thank
on.
Okay, thank you, Judge.
2021 DCR 1351 Jorge Trevino. That's a plea, Mr. Martinez.
That is correct, Judge. He'll be pleading to 3 cases, Your Honor.
Okay, all right. Well, let me go ahead and take care of those matters. Can you help me out, Mr. Martinez, and tell me what as per specifically as per cause numbers 2021 DCR 1352. What is he pleading guilty to?
Your Honor, I believe the cases are there are 2 cases involving thefts of priors, and then the other one, I believe, Judge. Let me check my notes real quick, Your Honor.
All right, hold on a second. Let me see.
Carizales, is that Mr. Trevino?
Yes, ma'am.
Your right hand, sir. Do you solemnly swear from the testimony given with the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
You can put your hand down.
Oh, excuse me.
What is he pleading guilty in 2021 DCR 1047? That's the one with possession of a controlled substance and tampering with a fabricating physical evidence.
That is correct, Your Honor.
Is he pleading both to both?
Yes, Judge. I believe he's pleading to all counts, unless there was one count that was dismissed. But I believe when I discussed it with Joe, he was pleading to everything, Judge.
Judge, my notes indicate that the state was to dismiss the 3rd-degree felony, the tampering with physical evidence count of this cause number.
But just that count, correct?
Yes.
Hello? Is it possession of a controlled substance only?
Yes, Judge.
Okay. And the other ones are theft? Right?
Correct, Your Honor. And those were both enhanced.
All right, this is cause number 2021 DCR 1351, State of Texas versus Jorge Trevino, and cause number 2021 DCR 1352, State of Texas Jorge Trevino, and cause number 2021 DCR 1047, State of Texas Jorge Trevino. Is Jorge Trevino the true and correct name in all three of these cases? Mr. Trevino?
Yes, sir. Yes, Your Honor.
You're in front of me because your attorney tells me you wish to enter a plea of guilty to in all three of these cases. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Before I can take your plea. All right. Like in cause number 2021 DCR 1351, do you understand you're pleading to a state jail felony, counts 1 and 2, charging you with theft? In those cases, do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
And do you understand that the range of punishment in those cases is confinement in a state jail facility for a term of not more than 2 years or less than 108 days, to which I can impose a fine not to exceed $10,000? Are you aware of that?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Are you doing that freely and voluntarily, Mr. Trevino?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. In cause number 2021 DCR 1352, you're also being charged with, and I understand you're pleading guilty to theft also, and also it's a state jail felony, which calls for confinement in state jail facility for no more than 2 years or less than 100 days. In addition, I can impose a fine not to exceed $10,000. Are you aware of that?
Yes, Your Honor.
And are you doing that freely and voluntarily, sir?
Yes, sir.
All right. And in cause number 2021 DCR 1047, you are being charged with count 1, and you're pleading guilty to possession of a controlled substance. That's another state jail felony, which calls for confinement in a state jail facility for a term of not more than 2 years or less than 180 days. In addition, I can impose a fine not to exceed $10,000. Are you aware of that?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Are you also pleading guilty in that case freely and voluntarily, sir?
Yes, sir.
All right. Now, is it necessary to rearrange Mr. Trevino in any one of these cases, Mr. Martinez?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Trevino, understanding in cause number 2021 DCR 1351 that you're pleading guilty to a theft, state jail felony in counts 1 and 2, what is your plea to the charges of theft, state jail felony? Guilty or not guilty in counts 1 and 2?
Guilty, sir.
Okay, in cause number 2021 DCR 1352, what is your plea to the charges of theft? That's another state jail felony. Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty, sir.
All right. And in cause number 2021 DCR 1047, you're pleading guilty to a possession of controlled substance, another state jail felony. What is your plea to that charge? Is guilty or not guilty?
Guilty, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Trevino, are you a citizen of the United States in all three of these cases?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Trevino, are you pleading guilty as charged in each one of those cases because you're in fact guilty of the offense charge and for no other reason, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Trevino, are you pleading guilty in any one of these cases out of any persuasion of fear, hope of pardon, force, threats, or promises of any kind?
Yes, Your Honor.
What?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Are you pleading guilty out of any persuasion of fear, hope of pardon, force, threats, promises of any kind? Is that what's forcing you to plead guilty?
Oh, no, sir.
All right. Have you ever been in a mental hospital or treated by a doctor for any mental disorders in any one of these cases?
Well, no, sir.
All right. Mr. Martinez, you find Mr. Trevino competent, able to assist in any defense he may have in each one of these cases?
Your Honor, I found that my client was both competent and able to assist me in all his defenses in this case.
All right. What is the plea agreement in all of these cases?
Your Honor, I believe, and speaking to Joe, it was 13 months state jail credit for time served, Your Honor.
in each one of the cases?
That is correct, Your Honor, and all of them to run concurrently.
All right. Do you understand, Mr. Trevino, that that's a recommended sentence and that I don't have to follow it? Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
If I do not follow it, I will allow you an opportunity to withdraw your plea of guilty and go back to as if you had not appeared before me today and you had not entered a plea of not guilty. I will allow you to withdraw it. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
The flip side of that coin is if I accept it the way it's been stated, I don't change it, and I give you the sentence that you are expecting and been recommended, you may not appeal your case without the court's permission, except as in the pretrial motions that Mr. Martinez may have filed on your behalf in each one of these cases prior to today. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Well, in that case, I'm going to find that your pleas of guilt in each one of these cases are freely and voluntarily made, and your competent trial asks the state to produce evidence to substantiate the plea in 2021 DCR 1351. State of Texas, Jorge Trevino.
State offers exhibits 1, 2, and 3 into evidence.
No objection, Your Honor.
They'll be admitted. I also ask the state to produce evidence to substantiate the plea in 2021 DCR 1352. State of Texas, Jorge Trevino.
State offers exhibits 1, 2, and 3 into evidence.
No objection, Judge.
They'll be admitted. And also ask the state to produce evidence to substantiate the plea in 2021 DCR 1047. State of Texas, Jorge Trevino.
State offers exhibits 1, 2, and 3 into evidence.
No objection, Your Honor.
Mr. Trevino,
Yes, Your Honor.
look up at the screen. In each one of these cases, you have a set of documents that is commonly referred to as a plea packet. In each one of these cases, you have 3 cases, you have 3 plea packets. As you've now heard, each plea packet consists of 3 exhibits. I want to go over exhibit number 1 in each one of these cases with you. In cause number 2021 DCR 1351, your exhibit number 1 is a 9-page document, and on page 7, exhibit number 1, there's a signature line and there's a signature like that. Is that your signature, Mr. Trevino?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Likewise, in cause number 2021 DCR 1352, your plea packet consists of 3 exhibits. Exhibit number 1 consists of 9 pages, and on page 7, there's a signature and a signature already on there. Is that your signature in that case?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. And finally, in cause number 2021 DCR 1047, your plea packet consists of 3 exhibits. Exhibit number 1 consists of also 9 pages, and on page 7, there's a signature line. There's a signature already on there. Is this in fact your signature in that case?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right.
You're muted. You've been muted.
Are you aware of that, sir? Mr. Trevino?
Excuse me, sir. Let's get in here. What?
Okay. Are you aware, Mr. Trevino, that in each one of these plea packets, in each one of these cases that you have signed, are you aware you're giving up your constitutional right to a jury trial, your constitutional right to remain silent and not to incriminate yourself, and your constitutional right to confront your accusers? You understand you're giving up those rights in each one of these cases by signing the documents?
Yes, Your Honor.
And further, Mr. Trevino, are you representing to the court that you have agreed with the state and stipulated with the states in each one of these cases, in each one of these plea packets, that exhibits 2 and 3 attached to each one of these cases, the plea packets in each one of these cases, 2 and 3, that you have agreed that these exhibits 2 and 3 are true and correct copies of the original documents that were generated as a result of your arrest report, your incident report, your lab reports. You're agreeing that these documents are true and correct. Is that your agreement, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
In each one of these cases?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. In that case, the court is going to find you have voluntarily and intelligently waived your constitutional and statutory rights in each one of these cases, that the evidence offered by the state does substantiate your plea of guilt in each one of these cases, and according to the court will find you guilty in cause number 2021 DCR 1351 of theft, enhanced state jail felony, and in cause number 2021 DCR 1352 of theft, and in cause number 2021 DCR 1047 of possession of a controlled substance, all state jail felonies. What is Mr. Trevino's background?
Judge, he has a misdemeanor evading arrest, a misdemeanor criminal trespass, multiple misdemeanor thefts, and a misdemeanor POCS.
So this is a rewind, deja vu, theft and possession of a controlled substance again?
Which is why the state enhanced these counts, Judge, to account for his history.
Mr. Martinez, is this 15 months in state jail? Is that your recommended sentence?
I believe so, Judge. Yes, sir.
All right. In cause number 20.
Yeah, they're already announced.
You muted yourself again.
All right. In cause number 2021 DCR 1352, it is the order judgment declare this court, Mr. Trevino, that you be taken by the sheriff of this county to be transferred to the authorized representative, Division of Texas Department of Criminal Justice State Jail Facility, where you should be confined for a period of 15 months. Your incarceration will start this day. You will be given credit for any time you have spent in jail on this charge. In cause number 2021 DCR 1047, it is the order judgment declare this court, Mr. Trevino, you be taken by the sheriff of this county. You be transferred to the authorized representative, Division of Texas Department of Criminal Justice, where you shall be confined for a period of 15 months in state jail facility. Your sentence will commence this day. You will be given credit for any time you spent on jail on this charge. In cause number 2021 DCR 1351, State of Texas Jorge Trevino, is the order judgment declare this court, Mr. Trevino, that you be taken by the sheriff of this county. You be transferred to the authorized representative, Institutional Division, Texas Department of Criminal Justice, where state jail facility, where you should be confined for a period of 15 months on count 1 and 15 months on count 2 in a state jail facility. Your sentence will commence this day. You will be given credit for any time you spend on jail awaiting this charge. Additionally, the court will run all cases concurrent. Anything else?
No, Judge, I just want to make sure for the purpose of the record, you said 21 DCR 1351, and you did mention 21 DCR 1352. Is that correct? Because I heard 1351 twice.
No, 1351, 1352, and 1047.
That's correct, Judge.
Yes.
Your Honor, that's all the business I have before the court. May I be excused, Your Honor?
Have a good day, sir.
Have a good day to you. Everyone stay safe. Thank you, guys.
Mr. Martinez. Mr. Martinez.
He already logged off.
Well, Norma, he didn't sign any of your plea package.
Yes, I'm already gonna call him. I'll let him know.
But I did. All right, Mr. La Garza,
Yes, Judge.
you got Luis Gonzalez, right?
That's correct.
Mr. Gonzalez, raise your right hand, please.
That's a plea to what, Mr.
Judge, he's going to be pleading true to an MTR in 2019, 17, 18. And then the reason for his MTR is predicated on a new case, which is 2021 DCR 2890, which he will be pleading to as well.
What is that case about?
It's an evading arrest in a motor vehicle.
All right. Let's go over that one.
Okay.
Raise your right hand, sir. Do you solemnly swear from the testimony you give me the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Put your hand down.
All right. This is cause number 2021 DCR, set up as Luis Gonzalez. Is that your true and correct name?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Gonzalez, your attorney tells me you wish to enter a plea of guilty to the charges of evading arrest of third-degree felony. Is that true?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand that a violation of third-degree felony in the state of Texas calls for confinement in prison for a term of not more than 10 years or less than 2? In addition, I can impose a fine not to exceed $10,000. Are you aware of that?
Sir.
Are you pleading guilty to these charges freely and voluntarily, Mr. Gonzalez?
Yes, sir.
All right. Is it necessary to rearrange Mr. Gonzalez, Mr. De La Garza?
No, it's not, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Gonzalez, understanding what you're pleading guilty to, understanding what the range of punishment is, I now ask you in cause number 2021 DCR 2890, what is your plea to the charges of evading arrest, third-degree felony? Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty, sir.
Are you a citizen of the United States, Mr. Gonzalez?
Yes, I am.
Are you pleading guilty because you're in fact guilty and for no other reason, Mr. Gonzalez?
Yes, sir.
Are you pleading guilty out of any persuasion of fear, hope of pardon, force, threats, or promises of any kind, Mr.
No,
Gonzalez?
sir. No, sir.
Have you ever been in a mental hospital or treated doctor for any mental disorders? Mr.
No,
Gonzalez?
sir. No, sir.
Okay. Mr. De La Garza, you find Mr. Gonzalez competent able to assist in any defense he may have in this case?
Yes, Judge, I did find him competent and able to assist in his defense.
All right. What is the plea agreement in this case?
It's 5 years TDC, and it would run concurrent with the state's same offer of 5 years TDC and the MTR in 2019, 17, 18.
Okay. Mr. Gonzalez, you come to me, you're plea guilty with a recommended sentence. You understand that the decision of whether to go along with that or not is totally only up to me, right?
Yes, sir.
If I for some reason decide to reject it, I will allow you an opportunity to withdraw, take back your plea of guilty, the one you just gave me, as if you had not appeared before me this morning. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
The other side of that coin is if I accept it the way it's been stated, you may not appeal your case without the court's permission, except as to any pretrial motions that Mr. De La Garza may have filed on your behalf prior to today. Do you understand that, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. In that case, I'm going to find your plea of guilt is freely and voluntarily made, and your competent stand trial as the state to produce evidence to substantiate the plea in this case.
State offers exhibits 1, 2, and 3 into evidence.
No objections, Your Honor.
You'll be admitted. Mr. Gonzalez, look at the screen here. I have a set of documents that relate to your case. What we're talking about this morning, it's called commonly referred to as a plea packet. It consists of 3 exhibits. Exhibit number 1, which is I want to go over with you, is in this case, it's a 7-page document, and on page 7, there's a signature line, and there's a signature already on there. Is this in fact your signature, Mr. Gonzalez?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Gonzalez, are you aware and do you understand that by signing these documents, you have waived your constitutional right to a jury trial? You have waived your right to remain silent, not to incriminate yourself, and you have also waived your right to confront your accused in open court. Are you aware that you have given up those rights by signing these documents?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. And further, Mr. Gonzalez, it's my understanding that you have stipulated that exhibits 2 and 3 have attached to these documents are true and correct copies of the original reports, incident reports, arrest reports that were generated as a result of your arrest, the reason you're pleading guilty to me this morning. Is that your agreement, sir?
Yes, it is.
All right. In that case, the court's going to find that you have voluntarily and intelligently waived your constitutional and statutory rights, and the evidence offered by the state does substantiate your plea of guilt. The court accordingly will find you guilty of evading arrest. Court will reserve.
You muted yourself again. You're muted, Judge.
Okay, I'm not unmuted no more. All right. All right, this is cause number 2019 DCR 1718, State of Texas versus Luis Gonzalez. Is that your true and correct name in that case, Mr. Gonzalez?
Yes, it is.
Are you the same Luis Gonzalez that on January 14, 2020 were granted a 10-year deferred adjudication probation for the offense of aggravated robbery, a first-degree felony? Is that you?
Yes, I am.
You're represented by Mr. De La Garza here this morning. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Mr. De La Garza, do you waive formal reading of the state's motion to adjudicate in this case?
Yes, we do, Your Honor.
All right, the state's first amended motion to adjudicate, actually. All right. You find Mr. Gonzalez competent, able to assist you in all matters, Mr. De La Garza?
I did find him competent and able to assist, Judge.
All right. Mr. Gonzalez, since you last were before me, has another judge like me declared you mentally incompetent?
No, sir, they haven't.
All right. Have you had an opportunity to go over the allegations contained in the state's first amended motion to adjudicate your guilt with Mr. De La Garza, your attorney?
Yes, I have.
Do you feel you understood the allegations being made in that case?
Yes, I did.
All right. Now, I'm going to ask you, how do you wish to plead to the state's first amendment motion to adjudicate your guilt? The allegations contained therein, are they true or not true?
They're true, Your Honor.
Are you aware that on your plea of true, in all reasonable probability, I will find the allegations of the state's motion to adjudicate to be true? In all reasonable probability, I will find you guilty of the offense of aggravated robbery. Do you understand that?
Yes, I'm aware.
Are you pleading true because the allegations contained in the state's motion are true and for no other reason?
Yes, sir.
All right. Has anyone threatened you, promised you anything, or placed you under any fear of any kind to force you to enter a plea of true before me today?
No, Your Honor.
You understand that by pleading true, you're giving up your constitutional right, the right to confront the witnesses, the right to have them appear in person, the right to have your attorney cross-examine them. Are you aware you're giving up that right?
Yes, sir, I'm aware.
And this is the plea agreement about 5 and concurrent, Mr. De La Garza?
Yes, Judge.
Court will not go through the admonishments because the court will signal acceptance of that recommended sentence. The court will take judicial notice of all documents filed in this case. Based on your plea of true, Mr. Gonzalez, I find there is sufficient evidence to support the allegation of state's first amendment motion to adjudicate to be true. I hereby find you guilty of the offense of aggravated robbery. I hereby assess your punishment as follows. It is the order, judgment, decree of this court in this case that you be taken by the sheriff of this county, that you be transferred to the authorized representative, Special Division, Texas Department of Criminal Justice, where you shall be confined for a period of 5 years. Your sentence will commence this day. You will be given credit for any time you spent on jail awaiting discharge. In cause number 2021 DCR 2890, Senator Luis Gonzalez, it is the order, court having previously found you guilty of evading arrest, it is the order, judgment, decree of this court that you be taken by the sheriff of this county, you be transferred to the authorized representative, Special Division, Texas Department of Criminal Justice, where you shall be confined for a period of 5 years. The sentence will commence this day in this case, and you will be given credit for any time you spent on jail on this charges. The cases will run concurrent. Anything else?
No, Your Honor, just thank you for being a good honor. Good
All right,
judge.
sir. Have a good day, all of you.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
Mr. Abrigo, raise your right hand, please. Do you solemnly swear from the testimony given will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. You can put your hand down.
Who do we have? Oh, Mr. Reyna,
Good morning, Your Honor.
motion to revoke.
Yes, sir.
What are we doing, Mr. Reyna?
Your Honor, I spoke to Mr. Areola yesterday. We had agreed on a 12 months state jail We believe that's fair. Mr. Abrigo's got about 136 days in custody, Your Honor. I'll leave it at the court's discretion.
All right. This is cause number 2019 DCR 93 Certex Jose Roberto Abrego. Is that your true and correct name, sir?
Yes, sir.
Are you the same Jose Roberto Abrego that on April 12, 2019, pled guilty to and were found guilty of theft of property in the amount of less than 2,500 and with two or more previous convictions, and you were assessed a 2-year sentence at state jail facility and were suspended for a 3-year probationary term? Is that you?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you're represented by Mr. Derek Reyna here this morning? Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
All right. Mr. Reyna, be waived formal meeting of state's motion, First Amendment motion to revoke Mr. Abrego's probation.
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
Do you find your client competent and able to assist in all matters?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Abrego, since you last were before me, has another judge like me declared you mentally incompetent?
No, sir.
All right. Have you had an opportunity to go over the allegations contained in the state's First Amendment motion to revoke your community supervision with Mr. Reyna, your attorney?
Yes, sir.
After having done so, do you feel you understand what's being alleged?
Yes, sir.
All right. At this moment, I'm going to ask you, how do you wish to plead to the state's First Amendment motion to revoke your community supervision? The allegations contained therein, are they true or not true?
Yes, sir, they are true.
Are you aware that in your plea of true and no reasonable probability, I will find the allegations in the state's motion to revoke to be true, and in no reasonable probability, your community supervision will be revoked? Are you aware of that?
Yes, sir, I am.
Are you pleading true because the allegations contained in the state's First Amendment motion to revoke your sentence are true and for no other reason?
Exactly right.
All right. Has anyone threatened you, premised you anything, or placed you under any fear of any kind to force you to enter a plea of true before me today?
No, sir.
You understand that by pleading true, you're giving up your constitutional right to confront the witnesses, the right to have them appear in person, and the right to have your attorney cross-examine them. You understand you're giving up that right?
Yes, sir, I am.
All right. All right. Well, sorry, Mr. Abrego, you were not able to complete your probation successfully under my court. So the court is starting here is going to hereby take judicial notice of all documents and files based on your plea of true. I find there is sufficient evidence to support the allegations, state's motion. I hereby find them to be true. I hereby assess your punishment as follows. It is the order, judgment, decree of this court that you be taken by the sheriff of this county, that you be transferred to the authorized representative special division, State Department of Criminal Justice, state jail facility, where you should be confined for a period of a year. Your sentence will commence this day. You will be given credit for any time you spent in jail awaiting discharge. 1 year.